Under the wide, silent sky of the wilderness, the camp of Israel stretched like a restless sea. Tents flickered in the dim glow of dying fires, and the wine carried a sound heavier than the desert air murmuring. It began as whispers, then it grew into voices. And by nightfall, it became a cry, the night of fear. The spies had returned. 12 men had walked the land God promised. 12 had seen its beauty grapes so large they hung heavy on poles, rivers flowing, hills rich with life. But 10 returned with fear in their eyes. We saw giants, they said. We were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and the people believed them. That night, the congregation lifted their voices and wept. Mothers clutched their children, men shook their heads. The elders sat in silence, their hearts melting. Why did God bring us here? Someone cried. Would it not have been better to die in Egypt? Another answered. Or here in the wilderness? A third added bitterly. The murmuring spread like fire, soon it became rebellion. We should go back, they said. Let us choose a leader and return to Egypt. Egypt, a place of chains, whips, and bondage, suddenly seemed safer than trusting God. The fall of leaders. In the midst of the rising chaos, Moses and Aaron fell on their faces before the people. Not in defeat, but in grief. They saw what was happening, not just complaining, but hearts turning away from God himself. Then 2 men stepped forward, Joshua and Caleb. Their clothes were torn, their faces urgent. The land is good, Caleb cried, exceedingly good. The glory appears. Just as anger reached its peak, just as the people prepared to silence truth, with violence there changed. A weight fell over the camp, light broke through the darkness. The glory of the Lord appeared in the tabernacle. Every voice stopped, every hand froze. God had come. The breaking point. God spoke to Moses. How long will this people provoke me? How long will they refuse to believe me after all the signs I have shown them? There was righteous anger in his words. I will strike them. I will raise up a new nation from you, greater and mightier. It was a moment of divine justice. The murmuring had reached heaven. A man who stood in the gap. But Moses did something extraordinary. He did not agree. He did not step aside. He stood in the gap. Lord, he said, if you destroy them, the nations will hear. They will say you were not able to bring your people into the land. He appealed not to their worth but to God's name. To your mercy, to your patience, to your forgiveness, Moses pleaded. Pardon them, I beg you. It was not a light prayer. It was intercession, costly, deep, selfless, and heaven listened. Mercy and judgment I have pardoned, the Lord said. But mercy did not erase the consequence. They have seen my glory. They have seen my miracles. Yet they have tested me again and again. The sentence was declared. They shall not enter the land. A generation would fall in the wilderness. 40 days of doubt would become 40 years of wandering. Their own words had sealed it. As you have spoken, so will I do. But not all. Caleb because he had another spirit, Joshua because he remained faithful. And the children, the ones they feared would die, would be the ones to inherit the promise. The weight of realization. When Moses told the people, the camp was filled with mourning. But it was not the mourning of repentance, it was the mourning of consequence. The next morning, they tried to fix it. We will go up now, they said. We have sinned. But it was too late. Moses warned them, do not go, the Lord is not with you. They didn't listen. Again, they climbed the hill anyway without God's presence, without his covering. And there, the Amalekites and Canaanites came down upon them. The people who feared giants without God now faced enemies without him. And they were struck down. The lesson of murmuring. The wilderness grew quiet again. But this time, it was not filled with complaints. It was filled with the weight of truth. Murmuring is not just words. It is a posture of the heart. It forgets miracles. It magnifies fear. It questions God's goodness even after he has proven it. And left unchecked, it leads not just to delay, but to loss. Yet even in this story, mercy spoke, a leader interceded. And God remained faithful to his promise through a remnant who chose to believe.